everybody, I got really bored today and I decided to do a little bit of a cooking video. I'm actually making a pineapple upside down cake in a cast iron skillet. So I'm actually going to post all of the recipe information towards the end of the video. Right now in the pot here I have on the stove on high heat is half a cup of brown sugar and probably about a half a cup of butter, non-salted butter. And basically what you're going to do is you're actually going to break the sugar down. So it's going to, you need to get it bubbling really good to break all the sugar and stuff down, all the lumpy stuff for the brown sugar. So this usually takes just a couple of minutes. When it gets a good foamy bubble going, that's usually when you know that it's really good and done. Okay. Now I'm going to basically remove it off the heat so it's not going to cook anymore. Okay. Now, I have in a bowl, I've got a cup of sugar, I've got a half a cup of butter, I've got a good tablespoon and a half of vanilla, so I'm actually going to mix this up. So while that's going on, I'm going to take my pineapples and actually lay them. I'm actually trying to look through the whatever you do, try not to burn yourself. There's two more left in here, I think. Yep. I'll put one in the middle, and the last one I usually reserve for me to eat. So I'll put this aside. Alright. So, we've got the butter all done up. Now you're going to drop in the 3 eggs, kind of one at a time. Okay. I'm just going to crank that baby up. Okay, I'm going to stop the video here for a second and scrape everything down and restart the mixer. Alright, at this point it should look like a watery yellow cake batter. I'm going to be adding in the 1.5 cups of flour and the 2 teaspoons of baking powder. And it's already been pre-sifted. So we're going to give that a whirl. Once it reaches like kind of like a cookie dough consistency, you're going to pour in about a half a cup of pineapple juice. A little at a time. Alright, so now I'm actually going to have to put the camera down and pour the batter into the pan. Alright, so from this point, this is what it looks like. You don't have to worry about spreading it out into the pan, because as it bakes, it's actually going to settle and spread on its own. If you don't have a 10-inch cast iron skillet, you can actually use a 9x13x2 baking dish. I preheated the oven and set it for 300 for 5 minutes, and then the beeper went off, so the oven's ready. And I'm going to be shoving it here in the oven, and it's going to be cooking roughly for about 25-30 minutes. It should look like the consistency of cornbread when cornbread is done. So we'll come back and see what it looks like in just a sec. Alrighty, here's what the pineapple upside down cake looks like. Again, like I said, it looks like cooked cornbread. If you go to wiggle the pan and it actually still jiggles in the middle, give it another 5 minutes. Another good indication that it's actually done. I don't know if you guys can see this or not, but it's actually going to start pulling away from the pan. I can actually see where there's gaps and stuff around the pan here. So when it's done, you'll know. You're going to have to let it rest for a good 10 or 15 minutes, because right now everything is still kind of moving around. All the atoms and molecules are still moving around in the sugar and stuff on the bottom. So give it a few minutes to rest before you plate it, or else you're going to have a huge mess on your hands. So we'll come back and I will show you the finished product. Alright, so here's what the finished product looks like. Once the pan cools, you're going to have sticky bits of brown sugar and stuff in the bottom of the pan. What I do is I usually add just a little bit more butter and rewarm the pan back up and actually scrape out the brown sugar and actually put on top, so rather than wasting it, because usually that's good stuff. So this is what it looks like, and I hope everybody enjoyed this recipe, and I'm going to sit down and have me a cup of tea and a slice of upside down cake. So thanks for watching. Love to hear comments. Thank you for subscribing, everybody that's been new and subscribing. Take care. Lots of love and blessings. Blessed be. Bye.